So this is a topic of curiosity, mainly a 40K topic. It really doesn't exist. I haven't really seen it in other wargaming systems. I think there is a secret sauce that's unlocked in 40K. You see the gaming table, you see the terrain, you see Space Marines, and you don't know anything about the game, but you're in. You're sold. Space Marines sell themselves. It's not to say BattleTech isn't awesome. That's not to say Wings of Glory. I love playing it. That's not to say every now and then I bring out Judge Dredd miniatures and we kind of explore them. But there's just something about 40K, even more than X-Wing miniatures. And X-Wing miniatures sells itself. Everyone's into it. Everyone's looking at it. But that like, wow, that coolness factor. So I've seen this with 40K. People during the game, and do you have this happen to you? I've seen it happen enough. I've had it happen. I'm not talking about your best friend, gaming buddy who's coming over, but I'm talking people that come over while you're in the middle of a game. And usually it's a lull, right? You're thinking about what to do. You're over to the side, maybe checking some rules or something. And people come over and they start picking up your models. Some of you are already like cringing in the moment, right? Picking up your models and treating them like toys. And it's one thing to admire from a distance or kind of come up close or even ask like, hey, that's an awesome conversion. Can I check that out? Well, forget about the fact that you're in the middle of the game and if someone picks it up, they're going to put it back down exactly where it is. Okay, put that aside. It's just like people want to come over and pick up your models. I mean, is it only me? I haven't said meta in the past 2 videos. So I got to get in and work in that meta. In my meta, like it just seems to happen all the time. How is your meta with that? Picking up models. And then it leads to really, really, really cringeworthy stuff that seems to happen once or twice a year. The gaming tables we play on, maybe it's a permanent setup at your club or your group. Some stores they're really nice. It's like a solid table supported at 4 ends with space underneath for your gaming bag and materials, maybe your coat and hat and stuff like that, so they're not on the floor and everything's underneath. But our tables, for the most part, primarily are foam insulation, 3 panels cut in thirds. So this way you stack all 3 together. They get put away really fast, but then when you play, you put out a big enough it's a heavy folding table. You put out a big enough folding table and you have the 3 panels, you push them together. They've been cut pretty close and you put the terrain out. You don't really know it's 3 pieces, but it is 3 pieces. So if your army is primarily on one of those pieces and someone comes over and I don't know why they do this, but decide to sit on the table or decide to put their kid on the table and it flies up and your models just smash on the floor. Crazy things like that, breaking models and just people just touching your models on there without asking. Does that happen? The only thing I can think of, again, because the allure of Space Marines is so much, in their ignorance, they don't realize that like you built these, you painted them, you're playing a war game with them. They look like toys. I mean, does this happen? I don't know anybody in the toy train hobby, but like, does that happen? Do people come over and start picking up your trains and your setup on there? Your thoughts on that? But it's definitely a 40K thing.